Welcome to Tech Talk, a podcast featuring employees and leaders discussing all things tech at Mutual of Omaha. Join us to learn what tech professionals can gain from a career with us. Let's talk tech.
Welcome to Tech Talk, a podcast sponsored by Mutual of Omaha, where we talk about all things technology. I am one of your co-hosts, Brian Poppy. I used to work in IT, but I don't do that anymore. But happy to be here anyway, and joined today by my co-host.
I'm Courtney Van Hoosen. I'm with our IT talent team. Okay, Brian, I've been thinking about what I want to ask you next. I feel like even though you're not in IT, you're up to date on stuff. So AI, always a hot topic. But what is one of the funnest, coolest things that you've seen AI or that you've played around with recently?
Yeah, I guess some longtime viewers may know that I used to be, and I suppose still am, a DJ. So I have a deep love for music. And I've spent some time recently with Suno.com. That's Suno.com. If effectively you give it like a music type prompt, and it will make a song for you with whatever lyrics you give it, and then you can tweak it over and over until you get the hit song that you actually want to make. I haven't done anything worthwhile that I would love to share with you.
You don't have a hit yet?
Some point, yeah, I will share it with you, and then we'll see if I can get it on the radio play. I don't think they do AI songs, but it's very fun to play with anyway.
Yeah.
What about you?
Maybe a new intro for Tech Talk?
Oh,
Who knows?
there we go. Yeah.
Not anything as cool as that, but on those days where I'm like, I don't want to go to the grocery store, I've got stuff left over, tell me what I can meal prep with whatever I have left in my pantry.
Sardines.
Yes.
And sauerkraut.
Yeah, well,
maybe
not so much.
Some M&Ms. I'm trying to go with the worst possible.
Yeah.
Good luck, AI.
Yeah, no thank you. Not some sort of strange Midwest Jell-O salad. I'll pass on that. That's a exclusion. And then I've seen, team do funny holiday sweaters or put me in a cool place to share photos at as people are getting ready to go on vacation. So who knows where I'll be on vacation next, if it's going to be a real photo or if it'll be AI.
With a holiday sweater topped by, sardines on pancakes or something.
Yeah, maybe.
We're joined today by one of the AI experts here at Mutual of Omaha, Mindy Chen. Mindy, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Before we actually get into the deep questions, I actually do want to know anything that you have worked on lately that might be interesting to share, in your own personal time.
I spend most of my time with AI at work, so I think it's really about testing out the different models that are hitting the new model releases and being very excited about the new capabilities that they bring.
Any particular capability you want to highlight?
I think Gemini 3's new Flash is very cool, as well as we're looking forward to NVIDIA's new OSS model.
So obviously, Mindy, you're one of the AI experts. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role at Mutual of Omaha and how Mutual of Omaha is exploring generative AI?
Maybe I could start back and say, I started my career in Silicon Valley as an engineer and been working in a lot of different companies and different roles, usually at the intersection of technology and business innovation. So I still remember when ChatGPT first came out, I was leading product and engineering teams at a hypergrowth SaaS startup, started working with generative AI right away. And at Mutual right now, my role is to lead a team of AI developers in building applications that support our individual line of business. And we are really excited about the opportunity to transform this industry by reimagining the customer experience, redefining operational excellence, and finding ways to break free of the constraints of today.
As someone who also works in the individual life insurance segment, we are certainly interested in what that outcome looks like.
Yes, absolutely.
What are some of the challenges and opportunities you see as Gen AI becomes more integrated into both business and technology?
I think there's a huge opportunity to really disrupt this industry by changing how we scale. And so if you think about insurance, our core functions are sales, underwriting, service, and claims. Those also happen to be areas where we can infuse AI agents into our operational workflows to work alongside our associates and to basically surface insights or automate work. So imagining being able to enable a team to double or quadruple their capacity without having to add headcount. I think that's the power of AI agents. It amplifies our impact and enables us to really change the scaling loss for our organization.
Yeah, I'm curious, you talked about disruption too, and you've been kind of at the forefront of innovation throughout your career. I'm sure for students, people that are in school and learning nowadays, it's also been disruption and lots of new opportunities. And you've worked with students before, so I'm curious, what advice, for new graduates who are looking to enter into this world of AI development, what does the world look like for me? What should I do to prepare? What advice would you share with new graduates?
I think a great piece of advice that our CEO, James Blackledge, always shares is we should skate to where the puck will be, not where it is today. And so to me, this means recognizing that times of great change are also times of great opportunity. For example, we think about positioning ourselves for a valuable role in that future. To me, AI can write code much faster, much better than I can. So is my value as a new grad, maybe in computer science, coming into the world to be writing code? Or is my value to make sure that I'm using AI to build the right things in the right ways? And if it's the latter, then what skills do I need? Maybe I need to be thinking more about product management, user empathy, architecture. And if I don't have those skills, how do I position myself to develop those? And so any way you look at it, I think this technology is transforming our world. And we can either be the architects of change and reinvent ourselves or wait for someone else to define our future.
I like that. Skate to where the puck's going, and AI being a perfect example of that, of like it is certainly going to transform how almost everybody does some sort of work. And the sooner you can like accept and head in that direction, the better off you'll be as an employee, as a worker in the future, and frankly, like probably as a contributing member of society. All right, one of the things that I know you were involved in last year was the Rakes Design Studio program. From the University of Nebraska. Rakes is a program down there. Can you share some highlights about the partnership that you had with the design studio students?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the great things about Mutual is that we really care about supporting the community and nurturing talent. And so one way that we do that is through educational partnerships, like with the UNL Rakes program. And so last summer, we had the privilege of hosting a design studio team, giving them a chance to work alongside us on a real business problem where they had access to real stakeholders, tools that they needed, the data that they needed, and got a chance to experience firsthand what it's like to build AI systems for the enterprise, all the challenges involved as well as the opportunities. So I think that gave the students a great opportunity to learn and also gave us a chance to kind of learn a few things from their perspective too.
Yeah, I think that hands-on experience too, especially as you're talking about, being the architect of your future is so important. And I love the connections that we have. Thinking about hands-on resources, you're one of the experts definitely on AI. So I'm curious, what resources or programs have you personally found that are valuable for you or that help you stay up to date with what the latest models are, what's coming, what trends should be on the lookout, that type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. So I actually brought a list from our AI development team. So they all pitched in to give us a list of everything that we use to stay up to speed on this industry, which is fast moving. So podcasts like Latent Space, Practical AI, Executive Code. We also read newsletters like The Neuron, TLDR, Alpha Signal, Tech Espresso, Hugging Face Daily Papers. There's an AI for that newsletter, Prompt Daily. We follow all of the latest model drops very closely in artificial analysis. We read Hacker News. We also pay attention to what generative AI key players in the industry are saying.
That's quite a list.
Yeah, I hope you took notes, Brian.
I need to add at least a couple of those podcasts to my normal podcast rotation.
Yeah.
All right, wild card. If you could invent an AI-powered gadget for your everyday life, what would it do and why?
I think about this as today, AI exists as something that's disembodied. So it's an intellect. It doesn't actually have a physical form. I really look forward to the day when AI can enter our lives and help us with safer transportation, easier housekeeping, even probably most near and dear to my heart is compassionate elder care, because there are societies and organizations out there right now that have aging populations, a scarcity of caregivers. And so being able to have robotic AI assist with our lives might mean the difference between independent living with dignity and connection, or facing those years alone. And so that's what really inspires me, is the prospect of AI strengthening our humanity, helping to take care of our families and supporting our communities and giving us a lifeline and hope.
That is really powerful. And, at Mutual of Omaha, we care about our customers, but also what will the world bring in AI, even in the next couple of years? Maybe we'll have you back on the podcast and, next year, and things will be totally different. So really curious to see where all this goes, not just in our industry, but in the world. So thank you, Mindy, so much for joining us on the Tech Talk podcast. Lots of great notes today, lots of good reflection, I think, for the future as well. So we'll wrap that up today. Thank you so much for joining us on our Tech Talk podcast, and I hope you join us next time.